Hello, everyone, and welcome back to This Week in Guns, brought to you by Patriot Patch Company and Primary Arms. The show will offer you commentary on some of the latest firearms industry news, some firearms information, and some buzzing firearms.
Yes.
I am your host, Matthew Larosiere, and I'm here with the arguably passable Shawn Herrin. Shawn, what are you doing here?
I don't know.
Go home.
I'm trying. I can't find it. I'm old. I'm confused. Sometimes in the beginning intro, you like put the emphasis on weird words, and it cracks me up every time. I know you're doing it on purpose, which is the best part.
It's so funny how our language is structured, right?
Yes.
In such a fragile way that just the emphasis can just destroy whatever you're saying.
It's wonderful. I love it.
Yeah, I do like that, and it's an interesting thing that the audience doesn't want a linguistics lesson. I'm sorry, I was about to nerd out. Yeah,
they're like, oh fuck, unsubscribe. Jeez, did I just say the F word? My bad.
So quickly, let's do something that they like. This thing, they like this.
Hey,
Primarily Arms.
Yay!
It's our friend. They are nice to us.
We love them.
Yeah, it's end of summer sale. We
just got to spend time with them.
Yes, we were just in Texas at the Primary Arms Range Day.
Yeah.
And, unlike some other organizations, they don't cancel at the last minute.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Shawn, you're frozen again.
Oh, man. At least I look happy.
Yeah, you do. You look like you're having a great time. But I actually, speaking of great times, I had a great time there.
I did, too. It was actually a lot of fun, man. It was brutal.
It was.
Humidity.
And all your friends ditched you too, so you had to hang out with me.
No, I literally went there to hang out with you. It worked out just fine.
Yeah, it did. But we had a great time. We shot some, not all of the vendors were there, which was a little disappointing, but there were still some pretty neat things to shoot. Like I shot the CMMG Banshee full auto.
Yeah.
And I shot a full auto Mutant. That sucker was fast.
They are.
I was not expecting that.
They are awesome. I do love those, actually. Did you get some time at the Primary Arms booth?
I did, and they had all of the optics, and you know me, how I am.
The way, yes, that you
Iron
be.
sights, yeah. But I will tell you, over there were so many new and interesting optics that I was tempted. I'll tell you that much. I was tempted.
That's crazy.
Yep. I was like, can I fit one of these on an AK? And they were like, go away, weirdo.
But you totally can.
But you can if you get a side mount with a top rail.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what they got.
Let's do that. I'm ready.
So what was that one that was really slick, that kind of prismatic one they had?
Was that the Prism sight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the
What's that called?
The GLX.
GLX. Let's see if they got it on their internet. Oh yeah, wow. Look, this is the one you need. The 545 reticle.
Dude, it is so funny that I literally was out at the range filming for that optic today. It's so funny that that's the one that you picked. Yeah. So I actually do have that one. It is the GLX 2X Prism. Eye relief was a little bit finicky.
Okay. But
I do like the reticle. It's got the ACSS CQB 556 reticle. Mm-hmm. So it's got
545 reticle.
Bullet drop.
Right here.
It has that as well. Yes.
You need that one.
It's got the bullet drop compensation hashes and ranging hashes and stuff like that. I definitely think that I like it. It was bright enough. Colorado sun, full sun, no clouds in the sky. And I could definitely see the red reticle a lot. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. Pretty good. And $369.99.
That's a very fair price for a magnified low power optic like that. I mean, I really liked it. I thought it was really slick. It was really low profile, and I thought it was super clear. And especially if you're someone like me who's disabled and has an astigmatism, a prism sight makes a lot of sense. And
100% agree, because I have astigmatism too, and prism sights are where it's at.
So everyone needs to buy one.
Definitely
make sure that you put in the order notes 545 reticle, please. And no matter what you get, send them an email saying I asked for a 545 reticle, not a 556 reticle.
Yes.
I think they'll like that.
They'll probably appreciate it.
Well, and if they tell you they're the same, what you need to do is just keep saying the same thing while growing more and more irate.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. Apparently they're the same reticle, which is neat.
It is kind of neat, actually. But it's a decent optic so far. I've only had like today a couple hundred rounds behind it, but
a couple hundred rounds is more than many people can afford to shoot in a year right now.
That is true. Wow.
So apparently it holds up.
I don't feel bad. I refuse to feel bad.
What were you shooting it on?
I have a 18-inch barreled 5.56 AR that I was shooting it on.
And you were shooting it like, what, 200 yards or something?
Today we were just doing 50. We were just zeroing and getting the first rounds under it and making sure everything is functional and all that good stuff.
Well, awesome. I'm glad you had a good experience with it. I certainly did.
Yeah.
This and the new HoloSun. I went to the HoloSun booth. HoloSun and IWI were being friends, and the same HoloSun site was on all of their guns, and man, it was good. I even took my glasses off to see if the dot was blurry, and I don't know what weird magic they do, but that new site, they have some kind of stuff going on in there where I could see the dot clearly.
Damn.
Yep.
Don't forget frn.deals/PA.
That's true. frn.deals/PA will take you to all of this nice items.
Yeah. Is that the right URL? I'm forgetting now.
frn.deals, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on, we've got some nice things going on.
Do we?
Here, this is great. I think it's nice that we can share weapons with other countries.
Yeah, totally agree.
Oh man.
Oh God. What's
Sean's
happening?
making me do the thing again. Sorry. Sorry. I'm really bad at it. It's my fault. But anyway, yeah, here, Biden administration they were just wanting to be open and honest with us. So they went ahead, and you guys might've seen some pictures recently of Taliban fighters wearing gear that might be familiar, right?
Yeah.
But it's just a coincidence.
Yeah, we were helping our allies by giving them, modern weapons.
Yeah.
Oh crap, they're not our allies. I forgot about that.
Well, yeah. Do we even have allies?
I mean, not so many anymore.
Have we had allies for the past 80 years?
Not so many.
Just kind of been the big guy in the room swinging things.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this is just so. And I know all of you gun guys out there were looking at the pictures coming through, what was going on in Afghanistan. Terrible stuff, right? We talked about it before, but a lot of you were like, geez, I recognize that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So this Forbes article says, according to an admission obtained from the State Department, Biden officials recently directed federal agencies to scrub their websites of official reports detailing the $82.9 billion in military equipment and training they provided to the Afghan security forces since 2001. The scrubbed audits and reports included detailed accounts of what the U.S. had provided to Afghan forces, down to the number of night vision devices, hand grenades, Black Hawk helicopters, and armored vehicles.
Good Lord. I just see that Pat Robertson meme where I'm like, dear Lord, I see what you've done for other people, and I want that for me.
And I want that for me. Yeah, just a paltry 350,000 AR style rifles, 60,000 medium machine guns, and 25,000 grenade launchers. It's just a pittance, really. A drop in the bucket.
It's weird that they would scrub that from, government websites, isn't it? Like, you would think that it would be.
What do you mean?
It's a sign of all the success that we've had in Afghanistan. Like, look, we gave them all these arms and training and whatnot. And to be clear, this is not what we've given to the Taliban, because that's additional. This is just what we've given to Afghanistan because we are their ally, right, in our imperialist takeover of their country.
Yeah, the unified nation of Afghanistan, which exists apparently.
Yes,
because we made it.
$82.9 billion, man. $1
billion. And that's the thing, is that when 60% of our budget is on missiles, bombs, and various means of delivering them, you can't be surprised when nonsense like this happens. I've always, a wise man once told me, if you play the idiot game, you'll arm your enemies. So something prize.
That makes total sense. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense that they would try to scrub that information, but we could still get that under FOIA requests is my guess, right?
Yeah, in 3 to 5 business years.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure we could.
It's going to be 3 to 5 years full of business days. Perfect. We're excited. We're excited.
So yeah, that's just something to get your blood going and, make sure you're feeling good for this next one. All right, I'm going to press this button to make it look better. See, it looks better. Doesn't this look great?
Much better.
See, it's a wonderful thing on the screen, isn't it?
It is. It is. He's showing the story for those that are listening.
Yes, I'm showing the story. I'm sorry. Yeah, we've been gone for a minute. I was super sick, and then we were in Texas, so I've got to get back into the swing of things here. But it's this new article. It's from Police One, which, judging by the content of this article, is an Oathbreaker website. But we've talked about this before. Do you have a medical doctor?
Mostly I have a physician's assistant that consults with a medical doctor for my care.
But so allegedly you have a medical doctor.
Allegedly, in the hierarchy of people at the medical office, there is one there. Yes.
Right. And so you definitely bring your truck there for service, right?
Absolutely. Because of all the people in the universe that probably shouldn't be like, oh, I have a higher learning degree, but also am a mechanic. Mm-hmm. You should not be the one to cast that stone.
Well, okay, but
just kidding. Yes, I get exactly where you're going. I don't take my truck to him because I don't think he would fix it. I think he would look at me and tell me to leave his property.
Yes, and I do forget. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I was a mechanic before I started practicing law, and all through law school, I was fixing everyone's car. And it's like that's a good thing about a real career like a mechanic is that you never stop being one.
Exactly.
But so no longer talking about real careers. We're talking about cops and doctors.
Okay. It's going to be that kind of show.
This is just kidding. Doctors are kind of real careers.
Oh God, here we sometimes.
Go. It's the public health lie, right? Where people always say, everything I don't like is a public health crisis, and we need to study it the way that doctors study blah, 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 right? Like the way doctors study cholera. Mm-hmm. And so that's the thing is like, let's take a look at the logic in this article.
Okay.
This is why police should treat gun homicides like doctors treat bloodborne pathogens. That's a if you just look at the face of it, that's a non-insane sounding headline, right? I
mean, that could be debated, but yes,
right.
Most people would see that as like, no, that sounds legit.
Right. And so he's got all this made up data. I'm just kidding. I didn't actually look what it's from, but this is quite a long paper, but the point he's getting to here is that by harvesting all this data and just basically tracking the hell out of people, we can figure out who is likely to be shot, right? And who is likely to shoot people, and then do preventative policing, right? And these are all words that are kind of familiar to us. So let's look at some of the recommendations.
Okay.
Improve systems and subsystems that align to contemporary policing to combat violent crime in a fair, equitable manner that restores trust, confidence, and legitimacy.
Okay. That sounds good.
So that's the first point. That's right. Okay. Do you know the memes that they say on, the like racist memes that they say with the percentages?
Yes.
Does this sentence seem suspicious to you?
Utilize precision-based analysis to combat the 20% of people that account for almost 80% of all crime. I mean, there's definitely words there. Yes.
That's suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Yeah. So it's thought crime, or association crime, stuff that's going on here. Like,
they should call this the Minority Report.
Consider innovative hotspot policing approaches based on evidence-based policing.
Is it just me, or is this racist as hell?
This is like, it's literally just like, hey, we go to the place that let's go to that community that we have systematically locked into the gutter and force out of the normal labor market so that they have no choice but to engage in underground activity and just sit there with our nightsticks and hit them really hard.
So let me go to the other side of this. Like 80% of all crime is committed by 20% of the people.
For sure.
Like absolutely. That's not untrue. Hotspot policing like does make a little bit of sense. And I think in the gun world, we're like, hey, like stop making the rest of us pay for the things that a small percentage of us do. And if that small percentage of people are doing the bad thing in a specific area, like, does it not make sense that instead of like patrolling the entire city 24/7, that they would focus more attention, manpower, and resources in that area where most of those crimes are being committed?
Right.
So, I mean, that makes sense.
That's rational.
That's
right?
rational.
And so it's hard not to like poke on these people, right? Because we know what's underneath the layer here. But I will say there is some really not awful things that this guy is saying in this paper. And then there's some really off. So measure outcomes such as crime reduction instead of output such as arrests, citations, and prosecutions to test and compare interventions to see if they're having an impact. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Right? That's great because they usually just go by arrests, and we all know how that works.
Yeah.
And then we target the most significant drivers and people involved in gun violence, along with the consistent and standard prosecution for the eradication of ghost guns in the hands of prohibited persons.
Yeah. So even that sentence I'm kind of okay with towards the end, because it's like eradication of ghost guns, which that term makes me cringe. But they add in the hands of prohibited persons. Like, sure. Like, that sounds great. Don't let bad people.
Great to me, because how many prohibited people are unjustly prohibited? True.
I do agree there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but also like who uses the term? It's if you're writing this and you're wanting it to be viewed objectively, you could use objective language, right? Like when you talk about ghost guns, like to me, when I hear the word ghost gun come out of somebody's mouth, I just immediately think the first thing I think is, I bet you like to be called Spectre or something. Right.
Dope Spectre 69.
But I wish this wasn't so dense, because there's a lot here, and there's like some super rational stuff going on, but then also, you have to like take a step below, right? You have to take another step down deeper.
Yeah.
And think about what this is actually going to look like if we follow all these, suggestions.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like targeting, hotspot policing, like that on the surface sounds amazing. We all know that we live in the real world where the practical application of that is like honestly a form of oppression.
Right. And he recognizes this, right? So in addition to policing violent places, the profession would be served well to invest in those disenfranchised communities. This approach is most effective when focus and fairness are paired with balance, which is fundamental to combating place-based gun violence. Yeah. All right. So awesome. All right, guys, go after, we're focusing on gun violence. Ghost guns are a huge problem. We're going to be targeting ghost guns, prohibited people. Be sure to use focus and fairness and balance.
Yeah.
Which of those words were operative?
Right.
Go after ghost guns.
Yeah.
Like that's all. That was the only real part of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I will say, I won't make you say it for me, but so I will say policing today is a tremendous challenge. It is. The way communications work now, the way communities have no trust in law enforcement, it makes policing, especially preventative policing, incredibly difficult. And I think there are ways to sort that out. And I think that we're not getting to those ways until we take some serious reform steps, such as like ending the drug war and doing some things to gain trust, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's like, if a lot of people, just to use drugs as an example, because and pretend I'm just talking about weed, even though really objectively all drugs are the same, on a moral level. Imagine, unless the CIA invents it, it's a community. A lot of people in this community smoke weed. Why are they going to trust an agency who has made it a point to violently oppress people who do that peacefully? They won't, right? So there are all kinds of things that can be done to improve the relationships we have with law enforcement. And I think those would be awesome. But it seems like people like this gentleman just want to be like, no, we can keep all of our fun toys if we just do it fair.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
What does that say for for all of the young men that are sitting in prison who like never actually hurt anybody? Doesn't say much.
Nope. So this is an interesting paper, though. All things considered.
It is interesting. And you know what? I don't usually recommend y'all click on links because that gives the bad people the good chemicals. But this is a thought-provoking thing.
It is.
So check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think it's I think ultimately I'm against it because they say a lot of the right things, but it feels to me like they are trying to say the right things instead of actually believing the things that they are saying. Well,
it's a talisman, right?
Yeah.
Fairness. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Today we already have many of the solutions we will employ in the future, but we must endeavor to safeguard civil liberties and privacy while implementing them. I feel like with the tenor of the entire paper that is just a thing, exactly, a talisman against what they're
I'm respecting your rights. See, look, ding.
Exactly. Yeah, I highly recommend people check it out.
Yeah. If anything, I'm not going to, give it an overwhelming, review of it. I'm just saying it's good to know how these people are thinking. And it's good to, if you agree with them, it's good to read how they're thinking, how they're getting to it, and be critical about it. If you disagree with them, it's good to know why, why they're thinking the way they are.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah. Next up, another really good thing. Okay.
Ready.
This is good.
I'm ready.
Press the buttons. So what's a big problem for you personally?
Butt sweat, really. Probably one of the biggest things that I deal with.
Okay. No blood when you wipe?
No,
right,
just sweat.
Right, just sweat? That's fine.
Yeah, it's not inner sweat. It's outer sweat.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I understand. What about 3D printing guns?
Did you say problem?
Yeah, it's a big problem for me.
No, I think, well,
I keep buying parts kits.
Yeah, that is true. And actually sometimes I have to print things twice because I didn't do it right the first time.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's a huge problem.
It's a huge problem.
What should we do about it?
Something. Registered trademark.
Let's go to that other article where we endeavor.
Do something. Registered trademark. So this is great. A couple of wonderful people, Ted Deutsch of my home country, Florida.
Sounds like a douche.
Total pile of garbage. And Senator Ed Markey, which we've read about him many times in the gun space.
Yeah, I actually liked his son, Biz Markey.
Nice. As they were mad for a lot of reasons. They were mad that, we are allowed to dress ourselves.
Yeah.
That there are not mandatory gas station attendants in every single state.
I mean, that makes me mad.
Yeah, that it's really unacceptable. And that we are allowed to open bottles of soda on our own.
Yeah.
So they put forth HR 4225, the 3D printed Gun Safety Act of the year of our Lord, 2021.
Whew.
And as the summary puts it, clear as day, right? Because we idiot gun owners need to be told straight. The bill makes it unlawful to intentionally publish digital instructions for programming a 3-dimensional printer to make a firearm.
I guess that they spelled out 3-dimensional just because 3D was like too proletarian.
I think that they're just like dumb.
Yeah.
Like it, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't read the text of the law, but because it was annoying, but I've read the previous one that they had put through, and it's really, I'll just read it here. It just adds 922, which is the worst part of Title 18 of the U.S. Code, adds at the end, AA. It shall be unlawful for any person to intentionally distribute over the internet or by means of the World Wide Web. Digital instructions in the form of computer-aided design files or other codes that can automatically program a three-dimensional printer or similar device to produce a firearm or complete a firearm from an unfinished frame or receiver. What did you mean by this? That's like, looking at this as a lawyer, it is total trash. Like, this is worthless. I do not think it is an enforceable law. Yeah. Or it would be if it was ever passed.
I totally agree. And, you know, I feel like they've done a really good job of playing the game where they just say something so often that it becomes true. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, people who wear like Hawaiian shirts, the boogaloo, you know, white supremacists and extremists.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I showing my boogaloo shirt?
Stop it.
My bad.
They're not allowed to know.
I did not mean to
They're not going to let me hang out with you anymore if everybody knows you're a white supreme person.
I'm not. In fact, I like.
You sure?
I like the
shirt.
Supremes. No, see, I like Hawaii and I like flags. That's all there really is to it.
So your opinion of the Supremes is restricted to ska music, right?
Yes. I think I think they're generally good, but you know, they've done a good job of this thing where they keep saying something and it becomes true, and they keep putting these things forward, hoping that eventually they will normalize this type of stupidity. Mm-hmm. And they do this over and over and over again. Like they know this isn't going to pass. They know it.
Right. No, and that's why the findings section is 10 paragraphs when the law itself is a sentence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Like findings, a bunch of nonsense. Because 3D printing allows individuals to make their own firearms out of plastic, they may be able to evade detection by metal detectors at security checkpoints, increasing the risk that a firearm will be used to perpetrate violence on an airplane.
Well, that Vice reporter, like he at the end of it all, you know, he was basically like, oh yeah, like this isn't a real big problem because they're really hard. So God. we all know that like metal needs to be in there. It has to be. So I don't know.
Well, for like a good gun.
Yeah.
Like one that could shoot that far.
Yeah. One that's not going to blow my hands like a bad 4th of July firework.
And then before all of you guys out there start going, the Liberator. Have you ever printed and shot a Liberator? No. Right. No one has. Well, I know a lot about the people who have. And you had to print them out of I think it had to be ABS. There was all this post-processing you had to do, and you were still lucky if you got a round off. And so there's tons of people who did PLA Liberators thinking, oh yeah, this is it. This is the thing.
Oh boy.
The thing doesn't work, dude. Like there are some mostly printed designs that work, like the Wash Bear. But we're talking about, you know, that has barrel liners. Like that thing would set off a metal detector.
Yep.
Generally speaking.
Sometimes my hair sets off a metal detector. I can't explain it.
It's because you're a metalhead.
that might be true. I am actually.
But yeah, this whole thing. What kind of metal?
All of it.
You like Iron Maiden?
Yes.
Cool. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, of course I do.
Good.
I was listening to Iron Maiden. I played hockey on Sunday, and they left the music playing, and it was just like an Iron Maiden's best of CD. It was amazing.
Yeah. I went the last time they were in Florida.
Love them.
If you don't like Iron Maiden, unsubscribe right now.
Boom. Told you.
But yeah, just all of these findings. Firearms tracing depends on the ability to identify firearms based on their serial number. Actually, it does. Okay, I'm going to get to that. Traditionally, when a firearm is manufactured domestically or imported from abroad, it is engraved with a serial number and markings that identify the manufacturer, importer, make blah, 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 blah. Firearms made by unlicensed individuals with 3D printers, however, do not contain genuine serial numbers. Not genuine serial numbers.
Like what defines a genuine serial number?
So this is the fun thing, right? And like I've had a lot of people arguing with me, and I'm sure y'all out there, you know, when you engage with plebeians on the street or whatever that are like, they don't have serial numbers or whatever. Or, you know, even some of you might be concerned about the lack of a serial number on a homemade gun. Let me just, on ATF's own website, when they talk about the trace system, which is what, like, their whole point here is we need to get rid of ghost guns, Spectre, because we need to be able to trace guns. The trace system can most times trace a gun to its first retail purchaser.
Yep.
So how the trace system works is basically since 1968, they can depend on manufacturers to keep a book of all of the serial numbers they made, and then it's logged into your book and then logged out to the distributor or dealer that you send it to, or the person that bought it from you. If you then, okay, so all right, let me just make this clear. Manufacturer makes gun. Manufacturer sells guns to distributor.
Yep.
Distributor gets gun from manufacturer, logs it in. Distributor sells gun to local gun shop, LGS. Logs it out to local gun shop. Local gun shop logs gun in from distributor. Local gun shop sells gun to Douglas. Logs gun out to Douglas. 15 years go by, right? Gun is found at a crime scene. They run a trace. They find local gun shop. They find Douglas. Douglas died in a car accident 10 years ago. What good was that trace?
They found out that Doug is dead.
Right? Like
nobody knew. It was like an unsolved crime.
Yeah, it's like, what happened to Doug? But it's worthless. And like, so every gun that has existed in my estimation for 5 years or more, a trace is worthless.
Yeah.
Because the moment the gun trades hands privately, there's nothing they can do. Even if it, so like, let's say Douglas has it, Douglas sells it to Steven, Steven's got it, Steven brings it to another gun shop, sells it there. They log it in and then log it out to Jeffrey. How is ATF going to find that gun shop in that trace?
Yeah, they're not, unless Steven's like, oh, I sold it to X gun shop, and then they go find
and Douglas is alive.
But the problem is Steven, stop talking to the police.
Yeah. No, it's worthless. It's utterly worthless. And like, that's, you know, and people keep saying, oh, well, you're just talking about older guns. Guess what most guns are?
Yeah.
Most guns existed 5 years ago. Like, that's just how it is.
True.
And so this doesn't change anything. And
No.
it's really upsetting to me because people don't get that. People, they just fixate on it. And it's ridiculous.
It is interesting that they did submit this both in the House as well as the Senate.
It's normal. Companion bills.
Yeah.
You know, if like, you know, sometimes they think they have higher chances in one than the other, but it's just generally an insurance policy. That's normal.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was normal, but I agree that it's just like
they're
an
called
insurance
companion
policy.
bills, and they hold hands.
Oh, okay. I need to go watch Schoolhouse Rocks again because apparently
I don't think they explain like the tactics there.
Oh, thank God. Because I was like, I don't remember anything about companion bills.
Well, tactics have changed since Schoolhouse Rock. Right. Unfortunately,
it used to be
or
pure.
Maybe fortunately,
it used to be pure, and now it's just filth.
Well, I don't know if it was pure, but it was a little more wholesome.
Yeah,
it was slightly more wholesome.
I just want the government to run like it did in The West Wing. That's all I want. It's just too much to ask for. Who's David from?
George W. Bush's old speechwriter. You never heard of David Frum?
No.
Where you been? You wrote all of the classics. Like, did you forget Poland and the nuclear war?
Did he write the "You fool me once, you fool me, can't fool me again"? Was that one of his masterpieces?
Oh man. So that same guy, David Frum,
yeah,
President George W. Bush's speechwriter and a propagandist for the Iraq War.
Okay. Oh wow. All right.
He wrote an article. I mean, how would you just generally think, right? Like, knowing those credentials, how would they feel about guns?
I would think that he was a gun dude, you know, probably Texan, probably big belt buckle boots.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Is that not the case?
I don't know if he's a Texan or not, but he did write an article saying, basically explaining how to convince normal Americans to give up our guns. And he also mentioned that we all look alike.
You and I are basically twins.
That's true.
Yeah.
In fact, we were at the supermarket the other day, and there was an ID mix-up. I dropped my ID, and he picked mine up, and they totally bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was funny. And so now sometimes we just trade IDs because we're the same.
Yeah, we are the same. We look the same.
Yeah, we're literally the same person. We have all the same tastes in like, you know, hentai and everything like that. It's all interchangeable.
Okay.
It's art. Anyway, so yeah, his approach is summed up. The way to reduce gun violence All right, you listening? This is important. Mm-hmm. You got to convince ordinary, responsible handgun owners,
not me,
that their weapon, it makes them, their families, and those around them a little bit less safe.
I'm convinced. Taking my gun out of my pants.
All right.
Putting it over there.
I don't want this anymore.
Because I'm freaked out now.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
This one too.
I guess I probably better.
I like that one. I'm keeping that one.
Put this one over there too.
Yeah. This is a handgun technically.
Oh God. There's another one here.
Yeah.
All
I keep this tire?
No, you better put that one down.
All right. What about my Thunder 5? It's technically a shotgun.
Let's see. Nope. It's making you less safe.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right,
don't you have a zip gun?
Wait. Oh yeah, I guess it's gonna go.
Okay, the zip gun is absolutely making you less safe. So
that's okay.
He was right about that one.
All right, and then this. All right. Are we good now? Elk Rev.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, now I think you're safe. I think you're safe now. Still got some rifles, but he hasn't addressed those yet, so we'll hope for the best. Are you okay?
I'm gonna be okay.
He's a little sweaty.
Once I get all these handguns to the crusher.
Yep. Oh wow. You don't have to crush them all. I'll dispose of them for you.
Okay. Oh, you do that for me?
Of course I will.
But wait, hold on. But what about on the drive there? You're gonna be unsafe. No, you know what?
I'll risk it.
I'll take them. I'll take both of ours. I'll take them all.
No, I think
in the truck.
I decided to keep mine because from sounds dumb.
Damn it! I almost got a truck full of Shawn guns.
Almost had it.
So next time I'll have to call from and tell him that he screwed it up.
Yeah. How do they make us less safe? Because I feel like it makes me a little bit more safe.
I mean, yeah. Oh, you got it. I didn't never see that before.
Yeah, I was wearing this in my pants while we were in Texas.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to draw it on anyone, so I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I had a Walther PPK while we were in Texas.
Nice.
Yeah. Where's my normal carry gun?
You probably threw it on the floor.
Yeah, I guess it's gone. Whatever, I'll buy another one. No, I won't. I'll pick it up off the floor. I'm not like that. But yeah, so this is like, whenever they say we've got a bipartisan bill, right? These are the guys that they've got.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah. They found a FUD who is like, they found the FUD who like argues aggressively that 308 shouldn't exist because 30-06 still exists. And they're like, you're a gun owner. And he's like, absolutely.
Yep.
Can you like come hang out and rubber stamp everything we're doing?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He's like, yes.
He's all
Can
willing.
I have a box of 30-06?
He's all, we just have to do something for the children.
Children's.
Yeah.
Americans use their guns to open fire on one another at backyard barbecues.
Wait a minute.
Stalk and intimidate. Oh, Jesus. Okay,
yep. Okay. To stalk and intimidate ex-spouses and lovers, to rob and assault, and to kill themselves. Half of the almost 48,000 suicides committed in 2019 were carried out by gun.
Why did you do that?
Because you put those handguns down there and now Rose is less safe.
Oh, poor things. They got into a fight because of all the handguns. I think they were trying to get them all.
From was right. But let's get back to this backyard barbecues because what the hell?
What the heck? What is he talking about? Like, is that a thing?
So I know that like in Chicago or something, there was a barbecue that a bunch of gang members, I think was the way that I could be adding my own.
Right. But that doesn't sound like a backyard barbecue. You know, I've read about that.
It was like a backyard barbecue and they all like just like started shooting each other because they were all gang members from rival sets.
They just happened to be barbecuing.
Yeah. Yeah. Are the dogs okay?
What?
Are the dogs okay?
Yeah. Yep, they're fine.
First time in the history of podcasts that we have had illegal dog fighting.
They are both resource guarders, and so I think they saw a bone like that they were totally uninterested in earlier, and now we're very interested in. Yeah. I'll declare the winner and collect collect the bets, distribute the winnings.
Perfect.
Yeah, so here's how he explains down here. In virtually every way that can be measured, owning a firearm makes the owner, the owner's family, and the people around them less safe. The hardcore gun owner will never accept this truth, but the 36% in the middle, they may be open to it if they can be helped to perceive it.
Propagandist. Makes sense now.
That's really good argument, though. I don't mean like, right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's like dangerous for our side. Because he's talking about targeting the middle, and that's who's up for grabs. And that's what I've always said that we need to be doing, targeting the middle. So it's kind of concerning to me that they've got, these bipartisan individuals, right? Yeah. Coaching them.
And he's like, oh, but I wrote speeches for George W.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree. In fact, someone the other day said, I think it was Kevin Dixie. He made a remark about, is there a gun community? And I think the intent of where he was going with that is like, there's a lot of infighting and drama and stuff like that. But I came out and said, I'm absolutely part of a community. It's awesome. There's no drama at all because like none of us play those stupid games.
Right.
And I was like, look, here's the thing. The average gun owner doesn't give a crap about the stuff that we talk about on this show. Doesn't give a crap about the stuff that people talk about on social media. They don't care. They don't know. They don't know that Springfield is the devil. They don't know that Smith & Wesson has done horrible things for guns in the United States in the Second Amendment. Like they don't know.
They literally just know what name is on the gun that they like.
Yeah. They don't know that cheaper and dirt should fall into the ocean.
Yeah.
Like they don't know those things and they don't care. No. We have this echo chamber where we just get mad about the same things, and we pick companies that have done something that we disagree with and constantly go after them. And the average gun owner doesn't care about that at all. The average gun owner, I'm on the board of directors at a big range here in Colorado Springs, and those are the average gun owners. They don't care about any of that. They don't know about any of that. They're just now finding out about the NRA.
Can I have your autograph?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Are you going to use it to steal my identity? You've already got my ID.
To vote on your range board meetings.
But they're the average gun owners, man. They don't care about any of that. And these are the people he's talking about reaching. Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah. Well, no, and they are up for grabs.
Yeah.
They totally are. And so that's why I always say the way to get those people is to be, fun and welcoming and inviting to them. These are all of the new gun owners, right? That I've been talking about forever. But so the whole y'all look alike thing, turns out that was actually the author of this article's editorializing. Because I was like, okay, so where does he actually say we look alike? So this is the author. He says, what exactly is from onto here? Erasing any distinction between the average lawful citizen and a criminal? Is this an all y'all look alike joke from Rush Hour on gun ownership instead of race? So I think that's an apt comparison by Mr. Ranjit Singh. But
is that who wrote this?
That's who wrote this Bearing Arms article.
Also said his editorial is, I'll eat a piece of Niger yellow cake before I believe that the gun is a lie, David. Okay. I now hate both of these people.
Yeah. Okay. No, this guy's not funny. And I don't like the headline because he made me feel a little stupid.
No, I get it. But I will also say that this From guy, he mentions vaccinations and minutely possible side effects. And yeah, I agree. This is a concern. This guy is a jerk. And we have
and also the intersectionality there is just terrible. Mm-hmm. This whole thing is just nonsense. So charlatan, ignore him.
Yep, exactly.
That is my command to you, listeners.
Do so and be merry.
Ignore the charlatan. Have a good time. Buy a new gun.
Buy 2 new guns, because if one makes you less safe, 2 will make you more safe.
Yeah, that's true. They cancel each other out. It's kind of like left turns.
Exactly.
I think. No, you need 3. That's the rule with guns. You need 3.
Yeah. If you don't have them, I don't even want to know you.
All right. So last up today, we've talked a lot of times, right? Especially with the whole pistol brace thing coming up. which the comment periods are now closing. The whole thing about SBRs being regulated is insane because SBRs were only regulated to prevent an end run around a handgun ban that we never actually had.
Right.
So now Giffords has like accidentally pointed this out with their Bird app words, right? They posted this on Bird app. AR pistols turn hold on, sorry, that like turn pistols made my brain boil because it's like, what do you mean it turns? It is AR pistol braces turn pistols into short-barreled rifles. Concealable like a pistol, but with the firepower of a rifle. They're not regulated like short-barrel rifles, posing a dangerous public threat. Tell the ATF to regulate pistol braces.
I mean, I'm glad that they did use an actual illegal firearm in their picture.
Right.
A pistol.
Well, I don't know. That could be 26 inches.
I guess so, but it's a pistol with a vertical foregrip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is dumb. Like, where are you going to conceal that exactly?
Well, but that's the other thing. It's like, hold on, you said it concealable like a pistol. You mean the thing that we have a constitutional right to have? Yeah.
Yo, what up?
Yeah. The thing that everybody has. Like, and also, the brace does not make it more concealable.
No, it effectively makes it less concealable.
So it points out the insanity. The point of the regulation was concealability. If AR pistols are okay, making them even bigger should make them even more okay. Like, it has nothing to do with shouldering or anything. That was just one of the many definitions that they had there, which was calculated to eliminate handguns, chiefly. The other things were there as an end run, right, to prevent people from getting around the handgun ban. And like, I feel like this is Gifford saying the quiet part out loud. You know what I mean?
100% agree. It's almost like anyone who would write something like this must be missing part of their brain.
Don't be mean and insult people who are missing brain bits like that. They are much more able to like regulate their affairs and do things the normal way.
And honestly, like a pistol brace would be great for somebody who is disabled.
Yeah. Or somebody who wants one. I don't care. Why? Yeah. Why care?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
Of all the dumb stuff.
So, you know what? Just as a little quick thing.
Yeah.
Just because this, might be different next week. What do you think of that? And it was on Primary Arms. That new force reset trigger that's there, the wide open.
Is that the Fart 15? The rare breed?
No, that's the rare breed.
Oh,
there's another one now.
Which one is that?
It's called the wide open, the WOT.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually know what you were talking about. Why?
What do you think of that? People are going to want to hear about that, I feel like.
Was that at the range day?
God, no.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't say God, no. It's made of hard-on steel. Hard-on steel.
Perfect. Where is this? Because I've never seen this.
This is on BDU, Big Daddy. It's available for a limited time.
Wide open triggers. I've never heard of it. I'm 100% fine with it. I think everybody should have machine guns. I think everybody should have things that make them feel like they are cool. So when you find something that is not a machine gun but makes you feel like you're cool, I think you should have it.
I think everybody should have whatever they want.
Hard reset trigger.
They got a patent pending spring carrier.
Oh, hey, okay. This is literally a ripoff of the rare breed.
Yes, and I kind of wonder how I'd be interested to see how they get around the patent.
They're like, oh well, rare breed's in enough of a mess right now that they definitely won't be able to sue us for infringing on their patent.
They're busy.
I haven't looked at the rare breed patent, but if this is not an infringement, then their patent attorney should be like fired.
Or they had to narrow their claims so substantially because of how preempted the entire trigger market is.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But no, I just wanted to kind of touch on that because I get a lot of people asking me, they're like, do I think there's a principal distinction between the two triggers? I haven't used one of these. I have shot a rare breed, so I know what that's like. I can tell you looking at it, it doesn't seem to me like there's a substantial distinction between them. Have you shot one of the rare breeds?
No, actually.
It blows me away. I've shot something you haven't.
Yeah. Oh, this Watt hard reset trigger, they actually make you pay $25 for a no BS lifetime warranty.
Can you not buy it?
It's $349.99. I guess you could choose not to buy it and not have any warranty.
I also just found out you have a Big Daddy account.
I don't actually.
You don't?
No. This is the first time I've ever been to their website. In fact, I think Big Daddy is cancer.
I have an account. Well, sometimes they have things.
Sorry that you have cancer.
Well, it's whatever. Sometimes they have things that I want. All right. Well, you know what? There's other websites out there on the internet. Let me go to one real quick.
Which one would it be?
It's one of our favorite ones.
Nice. Now I want to get one of these triggers in.
Why not?
I mean, I totally should.
What's this?
What is patriotpatch.co? What's that?
That's what that is. Patriotpatch.co.
Yeah.
They got patches here.
What?
Look.
Ooh. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
September exclusive.
It's Lady Liberty with dual tube nods and what looks like a Roland Special inserting a magazine.
Yeah, it is. She's definitely got nods. She's got Peltors and no morale patch on her plate carrier, which I like. Tells you that she's all business.
All business. Yeah. That's actually pretty cool. They sent me some tins. They have like little tins, wall hangings.
Really?
That I've now hung around the office because they're very nice. They're very nice looking. Patriot Patch Company has an Amazon store?
Yeah, I clicked it. It took me to Amazon.
Amazing.
I roll my own. Ironic.
I actually used to have one of those shirts. I loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's cool. Oh, well, and there it goes. But, and there's the script. Not the script. The show notes.
Show notes. No, it's, Patriot Patch Company. They do make awesome patches. They even make glow in the dark on occasion. It was funny just last night, as I was turning off the lights to go home in the studio, I saw several glow in the dark patches on the wall.
That you didn't know were glow in the dark?
No, I think I had known at one point. I just kind of forgot. And it was kind of cool actually, just seeing them glowing there on the wall, looking at me spookily.
I didn't know that. I didn't know they had glow in the dark ones. Maybe I haven't been a member long enough to get one.
Yeah, there's one that's ghost gun, and it's a ghost with a big old huge AR-10 and a grenade.
I thought you were going to say something else.
A big old huge erection. We're saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, that's whatever. It's fine.
No, it's awesome. But yeah, Twig 10 is the coupon code.
Yep, that's your coupon code. It's Twig, like you find on the road. 10. And check them out, guys. You can get all kinds of neat patches and different things on there. You can join the Patch of the Month Club, get a new and interesting thing every month, and it just makes you feel good. You know, if you don't have any friends like me and you just want to get letters, it makes you feel like you got a little pen pal, except instead of a note, it's, a little PVC bingle.
Yeah. It's like Columbia House, but you pay for it in advance, and
exactly.
You can't send it back even if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool, man. We're out of practice. We need to get back in practice.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we did good, though.
Oh, yeah, we did amazing because
I'm proud of me.
Yeah, we're amazing human beings.
Yeah, we're the best.
Literally,
that's what our mom said.
Yeah,
when we asked them last time.
Mine didn't.
Oh,
yeah,
mine didn't either. Actually,
she said I'm the worst. Actually.
Yeah, she said that I should really rethink whatever I'm doing.
She said KYS. I don't know what that stands for. But
I think I was playing against your mom on internet video games the other day.
You may very well have been. But awesome. Yeah. So are you going to Georgia next month?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will get to see you again. So we better record 72 episodes between now and then. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Or we could actually... I thought it would be neat if we could record something there.
I will be bringing recording stuff. So This is a thing that we can do.
All right. Yeah, we should do that.
Let's definitely do it. We're in.
All right, guys. Later, skaters.
Deuces.